If you've ever wondered how you could take the notes of the E minor pentatonic scale out of that grubby 12 fret box and move them across your top two strings at a very high rate of speed, you're in luck. Well, hey there kids, and welcome to a brand new installment of Weekend Wankshop here with your good buddy, Uncle Ben. You know kids, as a musician, the minor pentatonic scale is truly your best buddy. It doesn't matter if you're playing heavy metal or jazz or blues or whatever. If you're playing music, you're probably going to be using the minor pentatonic scale. It's kind of ingrained in every culture and every style of music all over the world. They even use it in Montana. But a lot of us never progressed past learning the good old traditional, pentatonic box sort of shape, which is a shame because that's kind of the musical equivalent of only getting to first base with that scale. So in order to help you get better acquainted with this sexy scale, I came up with this cool sliding lick across the top two strings to show you how you can take the notes of the E minor pentatonic scale and put them anywhere on any string and in any position of the fretboard. As long as you're playing the notes of the scale, you're good to go. It doesn't matter if it's not in the good old familiar box position. But before we get to third base with this thing, let's hear it again at step band speed. And of course you can find a full tab for this week's lick on my Instagram page, so be sure to go over to Instagram, look for BenEllerGuitars, find the tab for this week's lick, then upload a video of you shredding through it as best you can along with the hashtag Weekend Wankshop. Okay, first things first about the scale that we're using. It's the E minor Pentecostal scale, which is the notes E, G, A, B, D. It's those 5 notes, hence the penta in pentatonic. Now, the 12th fret kind of box that a lot of you think of when you think of the E minor pentatonic scale, it's like, yeah, whenever you play that, it does produce the right notes. E, G, A, B, D, E, and then more G and A and B and D and E and G. But you're not confined to just playing in that box right there. We can put those notes anywhere on the board. All of the different licks I'm going to show you here as we slide through these positions are just using those notes. So even though we're going to be going all over the neck on these top 2 strings, it's only those 5 notes, E, G, A, B, D. So for starters, what I'm doing is I'm sliding up to the 15th fret on the high E, then I play 12 on the high E, and then on the B string here I'm going to play 15, pulling off to 12. So that was 15, 12, 15, pulling off to 12. Now the way I'm picking all of these different licks through this whole thing is like this. I play a downstroke, then I play 2 upstrokes, up, up, pull off. So there's one note in there that doesn't get picked. The last note on the B string in all these segments is always going to be a pull off. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to slide up to the next position of the scale, which is going to be sliding up here to the 17th fret on the high E string from 15. Then we're going to play 15 on the E, and then 2 notes on the B, 17 pulling off to 15. Now we're outside of the pentatonic box now, but this is still the notes A, G, E, and D. Notes from the scale, like I said before. It's not just a pattern, it's a set of notes. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to slide from the 17th fret on the high E string, that's the A note, to the 19th fret, the B note. Play 17 on the E, and then on the B string here we're going to have 2 notes, 20 pulling off to 17. And again, note-wise, that's B, A, G, and E. So we're still in the scale, even though we're not in the pattern. After this, what we're going to do is slide from the 19th fret high E all the way up to 22. Then we're going to go back to the 19. And then on the B string here, we're going to have 2 notes. 22 pulling off to 20. Getting into the very cramped frets here. And lastly, what we're going to do is to grab the 22nd fret on the high E string and give it a whole step bend, which is D going to the note E, the root note of the scale. After that, I just played a big old E power chord down here at the bottom. So once more all together slowly here, we're going to have 15, 12, then the B string, 15 pulling off to 12. High E string, we go 17, 15, 17 pulling off to 15. Then what we're going to do is to play 19, 17, 20, 17, 22, 19, 22, 20, and then lastly our whole step bend on the 22nd fret high E string. Boom shakalaka. Also, to get the picking up to speed and stuff, I definitely recommend just taking one of those positions, like maybe the 15-12, 15-12 box right there, and just practicing them over and over with that picking we talked about. Down, up, up. Down, up, up. Just practicing those moves over and over like that before you start worrying about trying to economy pick through all those other positions like that. Notice for the double ups, double up, I'm kind of angling the pick up a little bit into what Troy Grady of Cracking the Code calls an upward pick slant. Anytime the pick is slanted slightly upwards, like this, it's a little hard to see there. Anytime the pick is slanted like this, going from an upstroke to an upstroke on an adjacent string is very easy. Again, think about it like a paintbrush, right? You don't hold the paintbrush this way while you're trying to brush upwards. You kind of tilt the paintbrush if you're going that way. You tilt the paintbrush if you're going that way. Just make it go with the flow a little bit better. You don't have to do anything really extreme whenever you do this. But a little angle definitely does sort of ease that up. So definitely consider going a little bit into an up slant like this for those double upstrokes. There you go, guys. A hot lick to get you a little bit more better acquainted with that good old minor Pentecostal scale. No matter what kind of music you're playing, you're going to be using that scale. So it's great to learn how you can use its notes all over the neck in different positions and stuff. So this will help you get started for that. Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to like this video and subscribe to my channel if you like what you see. You can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at BenEllerGuitars. And if you're interested in booking some one-on-one Skype lessons with me, which I do every week, you can drop me an email, BenEllerGuitars@gmail.com. Thank you guys again so much for watching. Be sure to stay tuned next week for another cool lick, and keep your eyes peeled for a brand new episode of This Is Why You Suck at Guitar, coming very soon. Cheers, guys.